Rise and grind, guys. My name is Tetsyumi, and welcome back to episode 15 of our Terraria 1.4 Calamity mod playthrough. And gamers, I'll be honest, I think we have another very, very fun episode lined up for you guys. Hopefully that's not like presumptuous, arrogant. What is the word I'm looking for here? Arrogant, I guess. Hopefully it's not arrogant for me to say, but in my opinion, I think the last few episodes we've been doing have been a lot of fun. At the very least, they've been a lot of fun for me to record, so hopefully that actually comes across in the video as, you know, the episode being good. And I don't know if that's just because we've been taking on a ton of, like, Calamity mod bosses, we've been progressing a ton, or just because the Calamity mod and Terraria is fun in general. I mean, Terraria is probably my favorite game, so maybe that's an aspect of it. But today, we are going to be taking on some bosses, except we're not going to be taking on major Calamity mod bosses. The main thing I want to do in this episode today is, if we go ahead and take a look at the to-do list, I want to go ahead and take down Plantera. Now, before I get into this more, you will notice Leviathan is down here, which is a Calamity mod boss, obviously. There's a little question mark here, because I don't know if we're going to get to it. But the main thing I want to do in this episode is going to be take down Plantera, because taking down Plantera not only allows us to progress further, because Plantera, as you can see here, is the next boss in our progression, but if you guys remember, back when we entered hard mode, I went down here and I made myself a giant enemy farm so I could get myself a ton of the biome keys. I don't know if I have any in here. It looks like I don't. But I have every single biome key in one of my chests down here, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you guys. But because of that, you know, after we defeat Plantera, we can finally go into the dungeon and actually open up the biome chest, because I completely forgot this because I'm so used to just never getting the biome keys. I forgot that you need to actually beat Plantera in order for you to unlock the area, like, in the dungeon. Not the area, but just the dungeon, I guess, in general. So you can actually open up the biome chests and then get the biome weapons. Also, I probably shouldn't have ran away from my to-do list this quick. But I guess while I'm here, I'll go ahead and grab some of these biome keys. Look, we have so many. I mean, we have... Okay, looks like we don't have all of them, do we? We don't have the frozen one, I believe. That's the one we're, like, trying to farm out for right now. So I don't have that one, but honestly, it's fine. But I have 4 of them right there, which is, like... that's 4 biome weapons. That should be a lot of fun. And then the next thing we want to do is, after we go ahead and unlock the biome chest, we can go back into the jungle and check out the jungle temple, because I don't know if there is actually going to be anything different with the jungle temple. I don't even know if I've found the jungle temple in this world yet, have I? It looks like I haven't, so there's another thing we can put on the list. I need to actually find... Oh no, here it is. Okay, good. That was good, because it always takes me so long to find the jungle temple, so thankfully I already have it. But like I was saying, I don't know if there's necessarily going to be anything different with the jungle temple, like any sort of new loot, any sort of new enemies or anything like that. So I figured we can go ahead and just unlock it, check it out. Probably not fight Golem today, because Golem's a little bit further in progression than Plantera, so don't know if we'll get to him. Maybe we can just give him an attempt anyway, because Golem is always just super easy. But then if we get done with all of this stuff in a reasonable time, then I thought we can go ahead and give Leviathan a few attempts and possibly craft my favorite thing in all of Calamity mod. But, you know, I guess we're going to have to see about that later on and let you guys know what that is later on as well. I don't know why I ended that clip as if I was going to, like, jump cut to me being in the jungle already, because there was actually one thing I wanted to craft, which I almost forgot about. I almost actually did head over to the jungle. But the thing I want to craft real quick is going to be this City Buster, and what this does is, you can read it, it destroys a large area, will not remove background walls, use at your own risk. So I'm a little bit scared to use this thing, but basically what that's going to do is it's going to create a hopefully pretty decently sized box of just space that I can use as my arena. So I guess we'll go ahead and go in here and craft it. It was called the City Buster, and yeah, perfect. I already have all the necessary ingredients to craft this thing, so let's go ahead and craft it. Let's go ahead and be very careful to put it in my inventory and not, like, in my hotbar or anything. And now let's just not touch that until we are miles away from my base, because I really do not want to explode my entire base. Alright, so I dug down into this little unexplored area right here, and I think this should be a pretty good place to use the City Buster. So I guess let's just go ahead and do it. Also, wow, these jungle enemies, I guess my health is already back at full, but when I was digging down here, I had like 2 hearts left. These jungle enemies are absolutely crazy. So I guess let's go ahead and put this thing in my hotbar, and yeah, here we go. Let's go ahead and use this thing. Bam! Oh, it's a bomb. Oh, no, it's a bomb. I'm gonna die if I stay by that thing, I bet. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was terrifying. That was legitimately terrifying. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, here we go. That's what the City Buster does. Gave me a massive arena. This is awesome. Yeah, this is great. This is gonna make this fight a lot better, for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and put just a bunch of torches around. And then I also went ahead and crafted myself some of these mini instant bridges, just so I could make some instant bridges, basically. There we go. So I think I'll do 3. This looks to be about the middle, somewhere like right here. And then I'll do one at the very top of this thing, so like there. And that should be good. And then I also got myself a few campfires to put around. And with that, I think I should be good. I think this arena is pretty much made. Oh my god, no way. We got another jungle key. Just by me being over here doing like a few things for a few minutes. Wow, really great job at being descriptive, Tetsyumi. That was great. Basically what I did is I went around the arena and I closed off the gaps that you see like this, just so like I wouldn't accidentally fly off of the arena somewhere and get myself stuck. And also, as you can see, I went ahead and made this very tiny stone platform in the middle, because I remember back when I used to play the Calamity mod, there was a good strategy that was you should make an arena like this, except you should have a block in the middle so that when what's her name, Plantera fires like projectiles at you, it'll bounce off of this instead of actually hitting you. So I went ahead and just did a little bit tiny version of that, because I don't really know if that's even a strategy anymore, given how much the Calamity mod has changed since I've played. But I figured that should be good. And now with all of that being done, we should be ready to go ahead and find ourselves a bulb and get this fight going. Again. Bro, what is my luck right now? That's insane. I just stopped recording because I was going to go and, you know, search my whole jungle to find one. I teleport up here, and there's just a Plantera bulb chilling just right there, which, that's awesome. That is actually so awesome. Okay, so with that being done now, let's go ahead and talk strategy for the fight. So what I'm going to be doing is, I think for the first phase, I will either be using the Flood Tide because it's very fun and I like using it, or I'll just be using the superheated plasma cannon the entire time, because what's going to happen is phase 1 of the fight is pretty easy. It's just, you know, Plantera in her bulb form, but then phase 2 of the fight, she splits open and a bunch of little tentacle monsters come and attack you. And that's where I'm thinking this weapon is going to be super useful, because it has this attack right here, which explodes and does a giant area of effect damage, which should be really helpful for clearing out all those ads that she spawns. So I guess I'll go ahead and give it a go with trying to use both things, and then I'll just go ahead and, you know, switch off my stuff halfway through the fight. So I guess for now, let's go ahead and put on my melee set, and I can use the Flood Tide here. And then, yeah, halfway through, I'll switch to the Daedalus Hood, get my magic stuff on, I'll switch this stuff on here, and then I'll just use magic. Okay. Alright, you know what? That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. I got killed by apparently one of these things, these little spore clouds here, which is unfortunate, for sure. But honestly, I don't think that fight is going to be super hard. I think I just gotta get used to circling around her and get a little bit better with mobility. But I think we got that in the bag. So I'm probably, for the next attempt, going to just only be using the superheated plasma cannon, because I think, honestly, it might just be a little bit better of a weapon, especially because the projectile is a lot faster than the Flood Tide, so I can way more easily actually hit the boss as she's flying around. So let's go ahead and go into that fight again. Hopefully I found another bulb that's close to the arena, and let's see how round 2 goes. Alright, so real quick before we actually get into this second fight here, I was looking at my character because I realized I had the Greedy Ring equipped that whole time. I don't know if you guys know this about the Greedy Ring, but it's not really an offensive accessory, or is it a defensive accessory? It's just kind of an accessory. I mean, it's helpful, but not really helpful in a boss fight. So what I was going to do is I was going to replace the Greedy Ring with a Bezoar, because Plantera does a little bit of poison damage in that first phase, and that led me to just straight up crafting the Ankh Charm, if I can go ahead and show you guys here. But like, I just had enough ingredients to craft the Ankh Charm. In fact, I still have almost all the ingredients I need to actually craft the Ankh Charm. The only thing I'm missing is going to be this counter curse thing, because all this other stuff I can craft right now. So I went ahead and crafted the Ankh Charm. And then that led me even further to realizing, oh, now that I have the Ankh Charm, I can go ahead and craft myself the Ankh Shield, which I'm not going to craft because I don't really need it, but, you know, it's cool to know. And that led me even further to the Asgard's Valor, and this is where I was going to bring you guys back in, being like, oh my god, guys, look, we can craft the Asgard's Valor. But I completely forgot that we need these Cores of Calamity, which we obviously need the individual cores of all of this stuff, and the way we craft those things is with, where is it? Right here. With ectoplasm. So we are locked out of getting the Asgard's Valor literally just until we can defeat Plantera right here, which is so unfortunate. I was so looking forward to crafting the Asgard's Valor right now. But, you know, we still got an Ankh Charm, which is still really useful. But I just thought that was funny, so I went ahead and showed you guys. Now we can go ahead and get back to the boss fight. Okay, so round 2 taught me another very crucial piece of information. That is, I think I desperately need a Danger Sense potion or a Hunter potion for that fight, because the little, what are they called? Spores that she spews out look exactly like these torches. So it is super, super hard for me to tell which one is which in the middle of the fight. So, with that being said, hopefully this next phase will get a lot closer, if not actually beat her. But let's go ahead and just get into it. Oh, 2.2% health. 0.2%. Damn it. I have to do it. I have to do it. You know, it's just not enough space. I'm gonna probably die if I'm right here, will I? Oh, I hate that sound. I feel like my game's gonna crash every time I hear that. But really, this is just not enough space at all to do this. Can you guys all please stop attacking me? Thank you very much. Hopefully now, maybe now, I can take on the boss. There has been a lot of attempts off screen that you guys have not seen. I mean, a lot. It's not okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna bring you guys back in here, now that, Plantera is officially under 10% health again. And, all I'm gonna say is, why, now that I made this arena huge, was this, like, the easiest fight of my life? Ignore me taking all this stupid damage, like, I am literally just getting too cocky and just running into stuff. But, like, that was my first attempt after I made the arena this big. That was so easy. That was so easy. Oh my god. Like, that's actually insane. The reason the fight was so hard literally was just because I had such a small area in here that, like, when she got enraged and she released, like, a ton of spores, because she has an attack where she releases spores in kind of like this arc pattern and they're really close together, it basically blocked off just, like, an entire side over here. So it was really hard for me to start looping around. But now, because the area was so stupidly big, I could just go around the entire arena and just not have any problems whatsoever. Oh my god, that was... You know what? I'll take it. You know, I'm not going to say anything more. I'll take it. Glad I made the arena bigger, because if I didn't do that, I would have been doing this fight for like another hour or something. That was actually insane. Well, here we are back at the base, so let's go ahead and see what we actually got from Plantera. First off, I see that we have these like red pinkish tier bags now, because these are the tier 4 tier bags, so we are officially in the next tier up of tier bags, which is pretty cool. I guess we can see what's in this thing. An eye spring. That is certainly a drop. I really don't care about that. Let's go ahead and see what we actually got in the treasure bag, though. 3, 2, 1, bam! Got some pretty cool stuff. What is this? The guarding bloomstone. One of the ancient relics. You quickly regenerate life while on the ground. This effect works best during the daytime. Flowers grow if you are standing on the grass. Random die plants will grow while standing on grass's dirt. Cool. Okay. I feel like this used to go into something, because I remember this as an item. Like, I remember the quickly regenerate life thing. But maybe I'm thinking of a different item. But you know what? It is what it is. We got the wasp gun, which is the upgrade to the bee gun, which is pretty cool. Actually, you know what? I could maybe even use this, because I am still currently rocking with the mage stuff, so I guess we'll see. And this can be upgraded further into the swarmer. God damn, that looks so cool. And that's not terribly far away. All we need is stardust fragments, which, let's actually see where the pillar event is. Let's see. It's probably all the way down here. Okay, you know what? I take that back. We still have a long way to go. Moonlord is all the way down here. I guess not too long, but like, we still have a good few bosses to take down before we actually get to that point. And then next up, we got the Nimble Blossom Flux, which is just, you know, whoa! Okay, this is not what I thought this was. I thought this was a vanilla item, but no. No, this is... This is definitely not a vanilla item. How much damage will this do? Let's go ahead and disable this. Wow, so like 1,200 damage about? If I like constantly hit every shot? What about this thing? Because this thing I assume is more like crowd control, this right secondary attack. What does it actually do? Right click to fire a spore orb that explodes into a cloud of spore gas. Does extra damage to enemy shot at point blank range. Oh, cool. Very cool. Oh, yeah, this is honestly sick. I kind of want to try this out. You know what? Maybe I'll rock with a ranger build for a little bit. I guess we'll see, but that's super, super cool. And then we also got some living shards, which is going to be a super useful upgrade material, which now means we can get the Reaver scale stuff. I'm pretty sure Perennial Bar we now have after we beat Plantera. I believe we can just go mine that now. I'll have to double check that, but you know, we also got living shards, so if and when we can get perennial bars, we can make a whole bunch of cool stuff with that. But I'll probably look at all that stuff like next episode or something like that, just because I don't want to faff around doing any of that stuff right now. And then naturally, we also got the temple key, and we also got a spore sack, which is pretty cool. I mean, I don't really need the spore sack, but I'll take it, I suppose. Let's go ahead and deposit all this stuff. I'll keep this on me for now, even though I do not have the current build for a ranger set, but you know what, pretty cool. And now with that being done, wow, that actually took a while. Hopefully I edited that down so it didn't take nearly as long for you. But now with that being done, we can go ahead and cross it off our to-do list and now go into the second thing we wanted to do, which is actually go and unlock all the biome chests now that Plantera has finally been defeated. So let's go ahead and collect all of our coins. I think they're actually in here already. Yeah, there they are. All of them are in my piggy bank already. So I suppose let's just go ahead and head down to the... Where even is my thing on this map? Is it over here? Yeah, here it is. I didn't even explore it in this world yet. Wow. Let's go ahead and head over to the temple. You know what? While I'm exploring in the dungeon too, I completely forgot, but we have access to ectoplasm now, which is going to be huge for us. I know that a lot of stuff is going to be using ectoplasm as a recipe. I mean, even like earlier in this episode, now we can make the that shield that we wanted to make and stuff like that, because wow, it is so loud taking out all these enemies. Oh my goodness. Let me go ahead and like hide up here for a second. But if I go ahead and like click on ectoplasm, now we can make all these different cores, and then we can like combine them all and get stuff like the Asgard's Valor. Hey, and we found our first biome chest, which is going to be the Crimson one, which is going to give us the Vampire Knives. Hell yeah. Vampire Knives are one of my favorite items in Terraria, I would say. I think they're one of the most fun. I definitely have the most nostalgia with them, I would say, because, you know, as a kid playing Terraria growing up, like, the Vampire Knives were, like, the coolest thing ever. They were, like, it was a vampire-themed weapon. You got lifesteal. It was super overpowered. It was, like, I remember it being super strong against, like, Duke Fishron and stuff like that, because, like, back when Terraria was a fresh game, at least to me, Duke Fishron was the hardest boss in the world to take on. It was, oh man, simpler times, but there we go. We got our first weapon. A little bit underpowered compared to the Calamity stuff, but I'm still happy we got it. Alright, and our second chest is finally here. I had to explore a lot to find that second chest. There's a whole other section over here that I completely explored that had like nothing in it. But here we go, and we got ourselves the rainbow gun, which is cool. It's an item for sure. I almost never really use the rainbow gun. I mean, it's helpful. It's for sure helpful, especially with like, you know, clearing ads and stuff like that for like events and stuff. I just really can't say that I've ever really found myself, like, relying on the rainbow gun, I guess. Ooh, what chest is this? I think this has got to be, like, a Calamity mod chest, right? Yeah, I mean, I assume so. I can't open it. I think this is, one of, like, the astral biome things. So, maybe once we defeat, like, Astrum Aureus, maybe we can, like, open this thing? Oh my god, I almost ran past it. I didn't even see that. But also, boy, was I wrong. This dungeon is... is huge. There was so much more to explore over here. And here we go. We got ourselves the corruption chest now. Very cool. So we should get the piranha gun from this thing. And yeah, there we go. Another very cool weapon. I do really like the piranha gun. And I am back. So I spent a little bit more time just collecting a bit more ectoplasm because I know that I'm going to need a lot of ectoplasm. And also, I don't know if I'm going to include this or not. Because I don't really remember even when I said it, but I had a massive brain fart. I was looking at the ectoplasm earlier, and I was like, oh, this is funny. Why can I craft the vampire knives with the crimson key if I can just open the chest? And I'm an idiot, because obviously I wouldn't be crafting the vampire knives. I would be crafting the Scourge of the Corruptor, because since I'm in a crimson world, I don't have the corruption chest. So naturally, if I get the key, I can craft a weapon even if I don't have the chest. That's the reason why that crafting recipe is included. I don't know how I didn't like realize that at the time. But there we go, just a little bit of a brain fart. So we can go ahead and deposit all of this stuff in here and go ahead and just craft ourselves that weapon. So let's go ahead and craft the Scourge of the Corruptor. And the Scourge of the Corruptor is by far. Okay, well, you know what? This is going to contradict what I said earlier, because I said the vampire knives were my favorite, or I guess they used to be my favorite, but by far, my favorite nowadays is definitely the Scourge of the Corruptor. The Scourge of the Corruptor is just insane. It is such a good weapon. It throws super fast. It releases a bunch of these little guys that, like, I'm pretty sure they home in. It's just, like, it's just insane. It also looks like this can be also upgraded further as well into the Scourge of the Cosmos. God damn, that sounds really cool. What, maybe you guys can, in the comments, remind me, once we get up to the point where we have Cosmolite bars, definitely remind me to craft some of that stuff, because those weapons, the weapons that you can upgrade these things into, seem super, super cool. But I think with all that being said, let's go ahead and go into probably our third and final thing for this episode, just because I don't think we're really going to have the time to fight the Leviathan. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and check out the Jungle Temple. Alright, well, here we are at the Jungle Temple, and actually, I think, can't we just Rod of Discord in here now that we actually defeated Plantera? Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what, no, I'm still gonna go over to the, I guess the door's right here, so you know what, we didn't really even matter, but I'm still gonna go over to the door and open it there, just so we can, like, you know, technically, quote-unquote, officially enter this place, but here we go. In all honesty, I don't expect we're gonna really find anything new in here, any modded items or anything like that. So I think we're most likely just going to end up ending the episode here, but I do think it would be funny, as we're running through here, if we go ahead and give Gollum an attempt, just to end the episode, because, honestly, I don't think we're going to win. Like, Gollum is a pushover, sure, but, like, this is still the Calamity mod. The Calamity mod, nothing can be easy, you know what I mean? I mean, look at the Plantera fight. Look at the giant arena I had to make just to take on Plantera. Like, it's absolutely ludicrous. I kept dying to all the traps, so here we are in the boss room. There's a lot of traps and a lot of spikes, and then all the enemies just kind of rush in. But here we are, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised. Usually, in like all my playthroughs, or I guess whenever I just play Terraria, I get like terrible golem boss rooms. This one's actually pretty decent. You know, it's not super big. Like, obviously, it could be a lot bigger over here, but it's a pretty good sized square. So I think this will be good in the future. Because we're like definitely not gonna actually take on Golem right now. But I guess with that being said, let's go ahead and switch back to my mana stuff, because I mean, I would have the best shot with this stuff. And let's just go ahead and start fighting Golem. Again, don't think I'm gonna win, but it's fine. Might as well just end the episode fighting Gollum, because Gollum is a big, silly little guy. Okay, well, Gollum's about to kill us, but we are also about to kill his hands, so a little bit of a give and take there. But yeah, I am for sure about to die. I gotta do a better job dodging, but that's okay, because, you know, this is not, like, my official attempt at Gollum, so I'm not even stressing about it. I'm not even putting Ichor on him. Actually, can you put Ichor on Gollum? Yeah, you can. Okay, good. I was thinking that you could for a second, because I just, like, don't remember all the bosses you can actually put Ichor on. But it really does not matter. Honestly, we're doing pretty good. Like, I know my health is not looking great right now, but hey, we did just get Adrenaline. Go ahead and there we go. There we go. But gamers, like I was saying, that's gonna be it for this video. Like the video if you like it, subscribe if you really liked it. Thanks for watching. And yeah, stick around for next episode where we do some more crazy kooky shenanigans just like this. But yeah, like, do all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.